Hello, everyone, panelists and students, and welcome to the Wisconsin Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have everyone. We have some great schools presenting. Just a couple announcements before we get started. Students and parents, your camera and microphone are turned off, so panelists cannot see or hear you. You can ask questions at any time using the Q&A button. Sign up for more sessions. This is just one of the many that are available, and a recording of this session will be available at strivescan.com/Wisconsin. So without further ado, we are going to begin with University of Wisconsin-Superior.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Ellie Liedstrom. I'm a freshman admissions counselor here at the University of Wisconsin-Superior, and this is my presentation. So we are located in Superior, Wisconsin. The Twin Ports area itself, which is Superior and Duluth, has around 130,000 people. Superior kind of being on the smaller side with about 27,000 people, and then the rest are located throughout. About 2.5 hours from the cities and about 5 hours from Madison. What does UW-Superior have to offer? So we are the smallest UW school, around 2,500 students total, making our class sizes around an average of 18 students. We are a very affordable four-year college. We are NCAA Division III in athletics. We have tons of student support services on campus that are offered for all students, and we are also located in a very beautiful area. Just a couple fast facts. So 46% of our students are first-generation college students. 82% of our students receive some type of financial aid. Once again, kind of going back to the smaller school size, we have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Over 30 countries are represented on our campus, and once again, around 2,500 total students here on campus. Some top majors, our biggest and most popular major is definitely going to be education. We started off as an educational college. Following that's going to be biology, business administration, exercise science, and social work and psychology as well. We do offer tons of unique majors as well. Aquatic biology, ecology, and fishery science, art therapy, transportation and logistics, criminal justice, public leadership and innovation. This is relatively new to our campus, just starting this year, and then theater and digital filmmaking. Student life on campus, we have 17 athletic programs, 9 for women, 8 for men. We are also projected to have a lacrosse team here in the near future for both men and women as well. For NCAA Division III, we have tons of intramurals and clubs on campus that range anywhere from volleyball and basketball to ping pong and badminton. Once again, over 50 student organizations. We have academic-based ones, recreational ones, and you also have the opportunity to start your own if you're really passionate about something and we don't offer it. We have a great study away program. We do have domestic study away opportunities as well as international, and they are available to students for either a long-term period of time or a short-term. And then there are also tons of scholarships available as well. We also have a great fine and applied arts program, choir, band, orchestra, the list goes on. And for us, we don't necessarily limit our students to this opportunity, meaning that students do not have to major and or minor in any of these areas in order to participate in them. Costs, annual tuition and fees for Wisconsin residents, it's around $8,100. That's just for tuition. Minnesota residents around $9,800. And then non-residents around $15,000. We do have a non-resident tuition waiver that's based off of GPA. So a GPA of 3.4 or higher, you get around $7,200 off of that. It is an application that you have to go through. And then a little bit beneath that, a 2.9 to a 3.3, you get around $5,300 off. So it brings those numbers similar to a Wisconsin or Minnesota resident tuition number. How to apply. So you can apply online at uwsuper.edu/apply. It's a free application for us, and we are also test optional, meaning that you do not have to submit your ACT or SAT. Scholarships. We have over $300,000 worth of scholarships available to our students. Similar to the application, those are test optional as well, meaning you don't need your ACT or SAT score. We base those scholarships off of a 2.75 GPA, and that application actually opened October 1st, and the first deadline for scholarships is going to be December 1st. Are there any questions? Well, if not, I will stop sharing. Thanks, guys.
Great, thank you so much. And up next, we have UW La Crosse.
Okay. Well, good afternoon or good evening, almost evening. What time is it anyway? My name is Sam Pierce. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at UWL. I'm excited to be here today. Hopefully you got some good information already, and we'll continue to give you some good information as we go forward. And just one tough news about Aaron Rodgers having COVID. Like, can it really be like that? So let's get started. From the west coast of Wisconsin. Are people seeing my slides advance? I hope they are. La Crosse is located on the west side of the state of Wisconsin. About 52,000 people call La Crosse home, over 100,000 people in the area. We are a college town. UW La Crosse, Viterbo University, and Western Technical College all call this area home. We're kind of right along the Mississippi and between the bluffs. So we have some gorgeous views of our area, the Cooley region, as it's known for. Always recommend following us on social media for some good pictures and get a sense of what the student life is like. We're consistently ranked as one of the best values for college by Kiplinger's magazines. And we're always ranked as one of the most, as a top comprehensive ranked UW school in the system for 20 straight years now. A little bit more about our students, where they're coming from. Our last year's freshman class was about 2,200. It was a record class, which is exciting. We had a lot of great applicants apply, really strong class. Our median high school rank was in that 78th percentile. We see a lot of students coming in above that, some students coming in below that though. Average GPA for our incoming students is about 3.69. And our average ACT, we are test optional, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but if you do submit those test scores, typically it's in that 24 range. And we do work with a lot of students through the comprehensive review process. We try to keep our class sizes small, want to make sure that students are able to connect with the professors. Our average class size is about 28. We do require students to live on campus for their first year. We have about 3,300 students who live on campus. We are not a suitcase college. We have a lot of people here, a lot of activities going on. We have 8 different traditional residence halls, 1 suite style building and 1 apartment style building. Students choose to sometimes move off campus their second, third, or fourth year. All of our halls are co-ed. We have a lot of great options for gender inclusive housing and really great options for a themed living learning community. So from our transfer student community, as well as our women in STEM program, we have a great options for living and learning while you're in the residence halls. We've been very lucky. We've been able to add a lot of great buildings to our campus. Our student union is about 4 or 5 years old now. It's like our campus living room, movie theater, great dining options, along with our entertainment cafe, just a lot of great space for our students to hang out and get connected. Prairie Springs Science Center, we are a science school. We have about 5,000 of our 10,000 students in the College of Science and Health, and we have a brand new labs and research space on our campus. It's awesome. The Rec Edition, a very active campus, and so we see a lot of students who want to stay active both with their mind and their body. So the Rec Edition has been really great. Our student field house is under construction right now. We will be opening that this next fall. And then Whittick Hall is one of our oldest buildings on campus. We did a great renovation project, and we're able to add that building for our College of Business Administration. A little bit more about some of our schools. We do have 3 different colleges. CBA is going to have programs like accounting, finance, marketing. College of Arts, Social Sciences, and Humanities also going to have some great programs like psychology, sociology. Archaeology is a unique major at UWL. School of Visual and Performing Arts, those are your hands-on arts, those theater, music, and then also our School of Education. We are a teacher's college similar to Superior when we opened our doors. We continue to do that today. So it's one of our more popular majors. And then our College of Science and Health. I said a lot of our students are coming here, biology, chemistry, physics, exercise, sports science are some of those popular majors at UWL, but we have some unique programs like nuclear medicine technology and radiation therapy. So what are we looking for as students are applying? We're looking at their academic rigor. So rigor of coursework, their class rank and GPA, those are the primary factors. And then we also will consider other factors like demonstrated leadership, that SAT, ACT score, any extracurricular activities, essays, and letters of recommendation. Those are optional, not required for students to submit. Easy to apply. Students are submitting applications. We have a ton of applications coming in, which is exciting. Lots of work and processing being done in our office. Apply.wisconsin.edu. That's a UW system application. There is a $25 application fee. High school transcripts are required, along with, if you decide to submit your test score, that is an optional item. As we look at our costs, we're trying to keep college affordable. The tuition for Wisconsin residents is at $93.17. Room and board, that's going to add up to about $16,000 total for that first year. Make sure you build in some pizza money as well. So make sure you take into account those extra expenses. And then additionally, if you can't get to campus, we always recommend an in-person visit. It's a beautiful time to visit, but we also want to see you just come on to our campus. We know that that is one of the biggest reasons why students choose to come to UWL is they get to see our place. We have a very compact campus, but if you want to check us out beforehand, we have a lot of great virtual options too. It was great getting to chat with you all. I will be available after the thing if anyone has any questions. Thanks so much.
Thank you thank you very much. And up next we have UW.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rob Stallion. I am an on-campus admissions counselor and multicultural outreach specialist here at UW-Platteville. Thank you all for coming tonight. So let's jump right into this thing. What we're seeing on the screen right now is an overview snapshot of campus. First thing I always notice is that there's a ton of green all over campus, just a lot of vegetation. Easily one of my more favorite things about campus, especially around this time of year when all the leaves are starting to turn colors, and in the spring when everything starts to bloom, I think it starts to make campus look pretty dope. Campus was founded in 1866. We have over 800 acres here in our main campus in Platteville, Wisconsin. We do have two other campus locations, one in Baraboo, Wisconsin, UW-Platteville, Baraboo, Sauk County, the other in Richland Center, Wisconsin, UW-Platteville, Richland. But our main campus is located in Platteville, Wisconsin. We're in Southwest Wisconsin, about 2 hours from La Crosse, 4 hours south of the Twin Cities. We are 30 minutes from the border of Iowa. Dubuque, Iowa is just across the river from us. And we're about 30 minutes from the border of Illinois, 3 hours from Chicago. Jumping right into the admission guidelines, in order to be considered for admission here at Platteville, you need to have completed 17 college prep units by the time that you graduate. Don't freak out about that though. That is typically covered by your high school curriculum. We just like to make sure we throw that up on the screen just in case there's an extra English class or math class you needed to make sure you add it to your schedule before you graduate. Foreign language, we do not have any foreign language requirements in order for you to be admitted or accepted here to UW-Platteville. However, we do have a foreign language requirement in order for you to graduate. However, if you have completed at least 2 consecutive years of the same foreign language in high school, i.e. Spanish 1 and 2, French 1 and 2, German 1 and 2, so on and so forth, you will have checked that box to graduate from Platteville, and you will not need to take any foreign language while you're a student here. So feel free to do your happy dance if that's good news for you. Outside of that, when you submit your application and your transcripts to us, we will give you a very, very comprehensive review, which means that we are not going to look at any one thing and say, you're not admitted. That's not what we do. We're going to take a look at everything and look at the totality of everything that you have given to us, as well as the totality of you as a student and as a person, and give you that fully comprehensive review. So yes, we'll look at your GPA, your class rank, if that's provided. We know a lot of schools are moving away from that. Your course rigor, essentially how hard you pushed yourself with the type of classes you took in high school. We are test optional, like many of the schools before me. So, you know, if you were not able to take the ACT or SAT, don't worry about it. We'll give you an admission decision without that. However, if you did, totally up to you whether or not you would like to submit that ACT or SAT score to us. So if you feel like it could help you get admitted or help you get some scholarships, by all means, send that over to us. To knock out the application, we are part of the UW system, so apply.wisconsin.edu is that official application website. However, I think the easiest thing to do is just go to our website, uwplatt.edu, and hit the apply button in the top right-hand corner. It's highlighted in orange, you can't miss it. There is a section on the online application for you to upload a digital copy of your high school transcripts. However, if you don't have a digital copy of your high school transcripts, don't freak out. Just submit the application and then get in contact with your school counselor and submit your transcripts however they would prefer you to do that. You can email them to us, or you can send them over a third-party delivery system like Parchment or Zelle. A lot of schools like to use those programs. August 1st is when our application opened for seniors in high school, so go ahead and knock that out. We do not have any application fee. If you've taken some dual credit courses, so some courses through a local 2-year or 4-year school that is giving you both high school and college credit for that course, we will need those transcripts from the higher education institution in order to give you college credit for that course. So make sure you get those sent over to us as well. Our turnaround for our admission decision process is about 2 weeks once we have all of the documentation that we need from you. For our Wisconsin residents, you all will be paying just over $15,000 per year to go to school here at Platteville. That's based on that sticker price. I can guarantee you 2 things. Number one, that's going to be one of the more cost competitive and affordable prices in this region from a 4-year school standpoint. That $15,000 also is going to include everything. It includes your tuition and fees, your res hall, your meal plan. It also includes your books. You do not have to pay for books at Platteville. We rent them, and that textbook rental fee is already included in your tuition and fees. There's not an extra bill that you have to pay for at the end of the semester for that. A lot of other things, including your tuition and fees, but we'll talk about that in a second. The FAFSA application opened October 1st of your senior year. That's very important because of the Pioneer Pledge. So if you, 3 qualifications, if you are a new coming freshman, a Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, or a Minnesota resident, and you are Pell eligible, meaning that the Pell Grant shows up on your financial aid package, it'll automatically activate the Pioneer Pledge if you check those 3 boxes, and it'll automatically wipe your tuition and fees, and all you have to worry about paying for is your res hall and your meal plan. A lot of scholarship opportunities, which you can see to your right, and then fun facts as well as our top majors, total enrollment, student to faculty ratio, average class size, and clubs and organizations. And I will stop sharing.
Wonderful. We will now turn it over to Northland College.
All right. Hi, I'm Tori, and I am an admissions counselor here at Northland. Let's get into it. So Northland was founded in 1892 and is a community of about 600 students from all across the US, and a handful of different countries as well. We're located up at the tip top of the state in the Chequamegon Bay area of northern Wisconsin. We're about an hour and a half from Duluth and about 35 minutes up from the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore. Northland's main campus is about 100 acres in size, but our campus is just the beginning. We're right between the city of Ashland, which is a population of about 8,200 people, and about 1 million acres of national forest. The city of Ashland is vibrant with historic buildings, cozy restaurants, local craft and antique stores, a co-op, movie theater, walking and biking trails, the harbor, of course, and the city has a delightful character that's been shaped by over a century of extraordinary history. We're also a part of a proud tradition of liberal arts colleges, but we have a bit of a twist. We focus a lot on sustainability and social justice. This building here is Wheeler Hall, which is the first to have been built on campus back in 1892, and my favorite. It also houses our humanities programs and courses. Speaking of which, ours span the arts and sciences with notable Northland specific courses and programs like natural resources, outdoor education, sustainable community development, climate studies, and more, with new minors in sustainable agriculture and sports management. speaking of sports, we're NCAA Division III for athletics with 14 different varsity sports, about 38% of our student body participating as well. Northland's commitment to environmental education has been noticed around the US by some notable organizations. We're recognized by the Princeton Review. We joined the Real Food Challenge. We are an EcoLeague member with 5 other similar schools across the US. We also divested from fossil fuels back in 2017. We are Wisconsin's first bee campus. We do have apiaries across the road from campus, so you may have some local campus grown honey if you come up and visit us. Another defining characteristic of Northland is our strong sense of community with a bunch of different clubs, 3 different student publications, a gear rental outpost, and plenty of events throughout the year. It's a great place to make friends, get a wonderful education at the same time. It's the sort of place where when you walk down these sidewalks, people will just say hi to you, even if you've never met them. Our location also really underwrites everything that we do. Central to our sense of place is Lake Superior, which is just 10 blocks from campus. Lake Superior is the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area, and at 350 miles long, it's roughly the size of North Carolina. It's even so vast that it creates its own weather patterns and has tides. Over the course of almost 130 years, Northland has developed a style of education that really thrives up here in this environment, most notably by providing experiential learning in abundance, whether that's out in the fields, in the lab, in the ravine that runs through our campus, or out in our community. There's a lot going on. For example, our biology and natural resources majors especially spend a ton of time out in the field. Professor Michelle Small said it best, I think, when she said, "I love that Northland College is a school where you can know your students by their names, where you can do your job in depth, giving 100%, expecting the same in return, and reaping the rewards as you see real progress in your students' growth and development." She's been with Northland for almost 47 years now, and she still holds that same opinion. Let's talk about applications. So it's free to apply here at Northland. Letters of recommendation are not required, nor are essays, so it's pretty quick and easy to get through. If you haven't been able to take the ACT or SAT, that's totally okay. We are test optional this year. Review for us also takes about 2 weeks. We do take things like Common App, Parchment, all that good stuff as well. Let's talk about scholarships and aid. The total kind of scary sticker price for attendance next year, including tuition, room, board, all that, is about $50,000, though nobody pays that much. Our scholarships start at $22,000 per year and go up from there. Are also assigned at the same time as your admission decision, so you'll know right off the bat what your scholarship is. And please do send us your FAFSA as well to qualify for things like federal grants, loans, and more. And in the end, be sure to check out our social media to see more of what students are up to right now. There's so much going on, and we'd love to talk with you more, so feel free to reach out if you have questions, and I will pass it back to my moderator.
Thank you so much. And now we will turn it over to Beloit College.
Hi, good evening. My name is Cherish Golden. I'm an assistant director of admission at Beloit College. So I'm going to share a little bit about our institution. So our students come from really all over the world, almost all 50 states, over 40 countries. We have a 17% international student population, 41% BIPOC, and 24% first generation. So we pride ourselves on being smaller, having under 1,300 students, and making sure that all of those students are supported. Some of our most popular majors include anthropology, biochemistry, creative writing, business and economics, education and youth studies, and psychology. We actually have 2 teaching museums on campus, the Logan Museum of Anthropology and the Wright Museum of Art. And so those are pretty distinctive staples of campus. 1 out of 3 students will choose to double major because of how our advising and degree requirements are set up. And 93% of students are employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. So the trajectory is truly great for our graduates and what they do after Beloit. So we really have reimagined advising and mentoring. We have created the advanced mentoring program. This is required for first year students. Within 72 hours of depositing to Beloit, you get paired with an AMP advisor. So this is an actual faculty member that you'll start gauging with what you want to get out of your experience and learning about different resources and support on campus. So you have a first year AMP class with a cohort of peers, and then there's ongoing workshops and connections. On the other hand, we have our career channels. We have 8 optional programs where you can get hands-on experience and exposure in areas of interest. Whether you're truly set on what you want to do and major in, or if you're totally undecided, there's something for everyone in a career channel. You can be involved in more than one, and you can stay in a channel for as long as you want to. So you have access to on-campus mentors, advisors, suggested courses to take, different student orgs to be involved with, networking with alums who work in the field, and off-campus opportunities. So on the bottom, you'll see these little circles. These are 4 institutional learning outcomes. So the goal is for every student to have these skills by the time they graduate from Beloit. Everything that you'll be experiencing from academics to co-curriculars and extracurriculars will help prepare you and give you these skills. So we are a vibrant community that's designed for you. We are a residential college. We require students to live on campus for 3 years, and we have 32 different residential options. With that, we make sure that there's something for everyone on campus. This picture here is the powerhouse. So that's our new student union and recreation. That's pretty unique. And really, it's not just for student athletes. We have an auditorium, we have a cafe, a dining option, study rooms, and then we have different athletic facilities. We also have 18 varsity teams. We're Division III for athletics. So if you are interested in athletics, we are that level, and it's really easy to get in touch with our coaches. We do have affinity housing. They're referred to as our special interest houses. So these are off-campus houses and on-campus suites that are based on majors, identity, or interest. We're downtown. We're 5 minutes away from downtown technically. So a lot of students really gravitate towards this area when they get off campus. There's a lot of new restaurants and businesses. We have our student engagement and leadership department. They really oversee pretty much all of the bigger campus-wide events and student orgs. And then we have dozens of clubs and intramurals, as well as campus employment opportunities. So when the pandemic really took off last year, we wanted to make sure that our students weren't continuing to be impacted with every decision that's made at the college. We always keep our students at the forefront. So we've been recognized as the #9 most innovative college in the country because of our Beloit action plans. So the 2020 version was a series of academic, personal, and financial support programs in response. And the 2021 version has programs that are centered around career exploration and preparation. In addition, our students created our current statement of culture around behavioral expectations for campus life during COVID. So continuing to find a way. And then some admissions facts. The average GPA of our applicant pool is around 3.32. Our acceptance rate is 72%. Almost 100% of students receive financial aid. We have very generous merit aid and institutional aid as well. We are a member of the Common App, and we do a holistic review. So essay, letter of recommendation, transcript, extracurricular activities, and we're test optional. So no ACT or SAT required, and we do not have an application fee. And then there's all my contact info. Thank you.
Thanks, Cherish. And last but not least, we have UW-Milwaukee.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Junior. I'm one of the admissions advisors here at UW-Milwaukee. Been working there for about 3 years now. I also graduated from UW-Milwaukee as well with my degree in English. So I loved it there so much. I went back to go and work for UW-Milwaukee. So I'm just going to be sharing with you all some information about our campus for today. So from this slide here, you can see our campus. We are 2x2 city blocks, one big gigantic square. Our campus is actually about 11 or 15 minutes, depending if you hit the red lights or not, north of the downtown area, as you can see from this picture here. Around our campus, it is mostly residential. So a lot of students, they do choose to live off campus after they hit around their sophomore year. And we're about 5 minutes away from the beach and about 90 minutes north of downtown. We do have a lot of connections in town with all the major Fortune 500 companies, all the major hospitals, government agencies, and nonprofit organizations for you to take advantage of as a student to work as an intern or maybe to go and volunteer just so you can get some experience as a student here while you're at UW-Milwaukee. So with our campus, our student population, we got about 25,000 students altogether, and about 19,000 of those students would be our undergraduate students going for their 4-year bachelor's degrees. We have students coming from all over the world on a campus, from over 80 different countries and from all 50 states. And then for those adventurous students that want to go and study abroad, we got about 600 or so students that go annually every year to go and study on other places around the world. We have about 170 different destinations for you for study abroad opportunities. And then our faculty to student ratio is about 19 to 1 on our campus. One unique thing about UW-Milwaukee is that we are currently classified as an R1 research university. Basically what that means is our professors, they are always publishing every year, working on research projects on the campus, and we also push our students to get their own research completed on our campus. As of right now, about 50% of our students have published their own research before they graduated from UW-Milwaukee. There's all sorts of research that you can take part in. So even me as an English major, I helped develop a Hmong language course for non-native Hmong speakers when I was a research assistant, and I got published with my professor when we worked on a civic engagement project in the greater Milwaukee area. So you can do anything, whether it's astrophysics. Some of our students actually got a Nobel Prize Award for proving Albert Einstein's theories on gravitational waves at UW-Milwaukee. So you can do all sorts of research here and you can get paid for it, which is something that I really liked as a student personally, since I could work like at midnight to do research, and that was really convenient so that I could study and also get paid at the same time. Besides studying all the time, we do also have a lot of cool and fun activities for students to engage and also to meet other students both on campus and off campus. We have over 300 different clubs and student organizations for you to be a part of, lots of different multicultural clubs, professional clubs like our philosophy club or pre-law club, and then lots of different fun ones like our anime club or video gaming club as well. And then with our student government, they get a budget of over $1 million for different activities on our campus. So they do fund a lot of our student organizations. So for example, one cool thing I got was a $15,000 grant to host a human rights conference at UW-Milwaukee when I was there. And we got flying guest speakers from Washington, DC, pay for like artists to come open up the event and everything like that. And then we're also D1 for sports. So we got 15 teams at the D1 level. And then we also have club sports, kind of like bowling, for example, if you want to meet some like-minded individuals and play some sports like that. And then we also have intramural sports for you to kind of play casually with other students while you're on campus, just to stay in shape and make some friends that way. Then with our application process, you can apply online either through the UW System app, which is apply.wisconsin.edu, or through the Common App. Like all the other schools, we are test optional. You don't have to submit your ACT scores if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can. And then letters of recommendation are not required, but we can accept them as well. So basically all we need is the application in from you, and then also the transcript from your high school, and that's pretty much it. Our application becomes live on August 1st. On September 1st, we start reviewing students, and then we start awarding our scholarships starting around December. So that's when I would recommend all my seniors, if you're a senior right now listening in, I would recommend starting within the next month to look for scholarships at that point. And then once you get accepted to UW-Milwaukee, just got to do the housing and then the placement testing, and then sign up for orientation, which takes place over the summer for all of my seniors that are already accepted. And then for tuition, our tuition rate is about $9,500 for the year for Wisconsin residents. If you're in the Midwest region, it's around $12,000 to $13,000. And from any other state, it's roughly around $21,000. And then room and board is about $6,500 for the year and about $4,000 or $2,000 per semester for the meal plan. We do have a lot of different scholarships available for our students as well. We have about $10 million worth of scholarships that we award annually. Then if you're currently taking any AP or IB credits, we will accept them, as well as dual enrollment credits. You can check out ted.uwm.edu if you're taking any college level courses and you want to see if they'll transfer in. You can use that web link there to see. And then last but not least, I'm just going to share some visiting options. If you want to come in for a tour of our campus, you can do so at the link at the bottom of the screen there, or you can just Google search UW-Milwaukee campus tour. We have virtual tours available as well if you can't make it to our campus for whatever reason. Then I also highly recommend coming to our open house dates, which would be called Meet Milwaukee, and then also our admitted student days, which is an open house tailored specifically towards our accepted students, our incoming freshman class. All right. So that's all I got for you.
Thank you all so much, reps. And we do have a little bit of extra time if you want to put your videos back on for me and just go in the same order that that you all presented. So just in general, what advice would you give someone going through the college process?
So for me, I personally tell all of my students that tour this too, to just basically tour as many colleges that you can and look into as many colleges that you can. You're going to be there for the next 2 years, 4 years, however long it is. You want to find that college that's going to meet all those needs. I always say, like, no question is a dumb question when it comes to college, because you want all that information that you can moving forward with this process as well.
Yeah, my big piece of advice: have fun. It's an exciting time in your life. You only get to do it once, hopefully, and so yeah, right. I always say we get paid to answer your questions and to help you through this. So take advantage, ask those questions, visit, but don't let it stress you out too much.
For me, I would recommend making the decision that best fits you. You're the only person that has to stay up late and write that paper. You're the only person that has to wake up at 8 a.m. and attend class. So at the end of the day, make the decision that's going to make you happy as far as where you're going to go to school and what you major in. Because if you don't, and you're doing it for somebody else, you'll never succeed. You won't do well because you're consistently unhappy. So make the decision for you, and you'll find that you'll wake up with happy feet in the morning, as my father would say, and you'll hit the grind and you'll do well.
My piece of advice is, if you're able to go out and visit schools, definitely do. It's the best way to kind of see if it's the right spot for you, for sure. And don't be afraid of us. We're here to help.
Yeah, I would echo what everyone else has said. Would also add just to pay attention to which resources and opportunities are available at the institutions you're looking at. Current students, if you're able to chat with them, just read different student stories and see what they're really gaining at the college that they're attending.
I'll share a little bit of personal advice. During my senior year, I had a lot of senioritis, so I applied really late to college, like in February, because I saw the March 1st as the priority deadline, but I missed out on scholarships. So I recommend, no matter where you're planning to apply, make sure you get your application in like within the end of October or the first week of November, so that you can get accepted and all that sorted out by like December and January, because that's where the bulk of the scholarships, they start coming out. Financial aid starts usually get awarded around that time. So you don't want to miss out on that, those opportunities from personal experience. So make sure that you get that in, get your applications in probably within the next week. If you're a senior right now, I highly recommend doing so.
Awesome advice, everyone. And for my personal favorite question, what is one thing you want students to remember about your school?
For UWS, I would say, I guess kind of like the community aspect of our school, being that we are such a small school. There's so many resources on campus, and all of those resources come together in every way possible. And students are always, I guess, walking around and in all these clubs and organizations and tabling and everything like that. It's just a really small, close-knit community. And that's something that UWS really prides themselves on.
Yeah, for UWL, I would say the views. We have a beautiful campus. Definitely recommend a visit.
For UW-Platteville, it would be that we have the #1 ROI in the state of Wisconsin, top 20 in the country, your return on investment. So the amount of money that you spend to go to school at Platteville versus the amount you'll make once you graduate and get that first big boy or big girl job, huge difference, because the average starting salary for a Platteville graduate is upwards of $57,000 right out of college. So that's really good.
Northland is definitely our community as well. Super tight knit, super supportive. It's a place that people really want to see you succeed as well.
Yeah, I would just mention again, the two teaching museums on campus, the Logan Museum of Anthropology and the Wright Museum of Art. Even if you aren't majoring or minoring in those two areas, there are reasons to go inside those buildings, a lot of hands-on resources.
I would definitely say it's the location for UW-Milwaukee. Since we're located on the Upper East Side, it's a really nice neighborhood, also really close to downtown if you ever want to go and explore there. And then our campus itself already has a lot of different companies invested on a campus with different laboratories and things like that, where you don't have to travel far to take advantage of the many things that Milwaukee offers.
Awesome. And last but not least, what is one myth you'd like to debunk about the college admissions process?
This one's a little hard for me. This is my first year in admissions. So just being 100% honest, I would say that it's, if you stay on top of things, or I guess I would want to say that the myth is that it's hard, I guess, to apply to these colleges. If you just stay on top of things and remember your dates and everything, you should be fine moving forward.
Yeah, I guess the myth that I would say, I like that one. I would also maybe just add that, gosh, it really, no decision is permanent. So if you choose a school and you don't like it, guess what? That's why they invented transferring. And so while you should love your school. So just make sure you love it whenever you're there. It's same with your major. You can always change your major. So don't just gut something out because you have to. There are a lot of different choices out there for you.
To be honest, I don't know how the other counselors feel, but I think this is the toughest question I've ever gotten as an admissions counselor. I don't know what a whole lot of the myths are about the college admissions process. So I guess ask for help when you need it. We literally get paid to answer questions. So ask for help if you need it. That would be my advice.
I think mine is that the scholarships are not just a first year thing. There's so many out there that you need a certain number of credits to apply for externally. So keep looking for scholarships even after your first year.
I think for me, one myth probably like piling a bunch of extracurriculars on your application. And it depends on individual institution. I know personally we look for quality over quantity. So if we see that you're in one or two clubs and you've been consistently involved like over the last 4 years, that's going to look really good as opposed to putting maybe 10 to 15 clubs that maybe you were in for like a week, a month, or maybe like 3 hours a week. So just really think through what you've been doing. And we're also offering leniency now with the pandemic that's been going on.
One myth I often hear is a lot of students say, I probably won't be good enough for that scholarship or something like that. I've been on a lot of different scholarship committees. I've seen it where like literally like 3 students apply and it goes first, second, and third. Like everybody just gets a scholarship because nobody applied. So I highly recommend applying for scholarships because you never know, you might be the only one that is applying for it.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you panelists. When you close the window, there's going to be a quick 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you might have. Once again, sign up for more sessions, and a recording will be available at strivescan.com/Wisconsin. Thank you everyone, and have a great rest of your night.